Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jean. I am a third-year student at Swiss Hotel Management School. I currently just finished my 6-month internship. I did it in Dubai at Anantara, the Palm, Dubai. Anantara is a Thai brand. It belongs to the Minor Group, which was established by William E. Heineke. The reason why he called it Minor is because he was still a minor when he created the brand. Minor Group actually consists of 145 hotels worldwide, and in the United Arab Emirates it has 6 Anantara properties. 5 of them is in Abu Dhabi, which is the capital, and only 1 in Dubai. Minor brand actually consists of 6 hotel brands. It is Anantara, Avani, Paraquam, Oaks, Tivoli, and Eliwana. All of these hotel groups, they are actually in very exotic destinations. They offer a luxury experience to families, even like just couples. And they also offer a holiday without stress. What makes the Anantara hotel in Dubai unique than all the other Anantaras in the world is because Anantara Dubai has 2 residential buildings. You can rent out the apartments for long term, or if you just want to stay in a standard room apartment, you can do it so as well. They also have a resort, which means they have villas. Their unique selling point is the villas that have direct entry into the lagoon swimming pools. We are also the only resort that has overwater villas, just as the Maldives. During my second-year internship, I was working in the front desk department of the residential buildings at Anantara. My job was really tough, but it was also exciting at the same time because you get to deal with different types of guests from different countries, and they all have different things they want to see and what they expect within the hotel. The guests that mostly come to the hotel are the local people, Emiratis. They just come there just to stay for one night, just to get out of the city for a bit. We also have a lot of Russians, and we also have a lot of people from the UK that just come for a holiday to escape the cold. During my 6-month internship with Anantara, I was given the opportunity to work in different departments within the front office department. So I worked in front office reception for the first 3 months. Then I moved to concierge for 2 months, which was really interesting because of my background living in Dubai, I was able to help the guests book desert safaris, recommend malls they want to go to, recommend activities they want to do. So that was really fun for me. Then I went back to work in the reception. I actually had the responsibility of working alone in the reception, like not busy periods. So I was able to check in and check out guests by myself with no supervision, which was really nice because it made me feel like they trust me so much so I can do everything by myself. Another department I worked in was also guest service center. So I was answering calls from outside, from different countries, helping them connect to room reservation or any other questions they were having. Also, we were getting calls from guests inside the hotel. What makes my second-year internship better than my first one is because I learned so much more in my second-year internship. I got to work with the greatest people that I could ever meet. They were all super nice. And even the managers, they were very attentive. If you have a problem, you can just call them up, ask them, and then they will try to solve it with you. Classes that helped me out a lot throughout my internship experience was mainly front office and opera. It helped me a lot because during the school time we learned how to deal with a different situation, how to react and how not to react, and I could apply that to the real life situations. And also I could apply that to difficult situations as well, such as the water shutdown in the hotel and the internet, and like the guests getting really mad because they paid so much money for the service and yet it's not working that well as they expected. So their expectations wasn't that good over the course of their stay. But how me and the front office team reacted, including the managers, was really good. We were able to calm them down. We were able to compensate most of the guests for example, like a free dinner or a free lunch or free breakfast, just for one day, just to say sorry from our side about what happened, even though it wasn't the front office fault, but we still made sure that the guest was happy and they were satisfied throughout their stay. My learning objectives for my second year internship was to be able to communicate with different types of guests and get to know them and make sure that they are satisfied with their stay and help them in any way I could. My second one was to be able to communicate with different customers, guests, wherever they came from, and just make them feel at home. My third one was to improve my quick thinking skills, like if something goes wrong, I will be able to think on my feet rather than taking 10 minutes to think of a solution. I can just think of it right away and it will be solved and the guest will be satisfied. My fourth one is being able to handle stressful situations. So if that happens, I will be able to keep the guests calm and also help them through the difficulties and make sure that they are satisfied and happy with their stay. So during my internship, I was able to complete all my learning objectives, and I'm pretty proud of myself. For the first one, with being able to communicate with different types of guests, well, as I mentioned before, our main guest is the local people. And as I've lived in Dubai for 9 years, it was really easy for me to communicate with them and understand their request even better. But in case I didn't understand them that well, we had Arabic speakers to help them communicate a little bit better. For my second one is to communicate with them and interact with them throughout their stay. I definitely made impacts on some guests. I even got mentioned for on TripAdvisor once. And I just met a lot of great people, that long staying guests, like short staying guests, they were all very nice. Improving my quick thinking skills, I was able to resolve a lot of problems. I mean, in the residential buildings we did face a lot of problems such as internet or emergency water shutdowns. Because it was on the palm, there wasn't a main water supply. So the main water supply was through the ground to the main city. The fourth one was being able to handle stressful situations. With this, because of the water shutdown, we do get a lot of guest complaints. There was, even towards the end of my internship, there was a water shutdown that lasted for 2 days. So a major concern we had within the hotel is water shutdowns, which happens a lot because of the location of the hotel, which was on Palm Jumeirah. So with this, we had water shutdowns every week or every month. Whenever there was a problem with the water supply, we had to shut down. And this meant that the guests wouldn't have any water to shower with or brush their teeth or anything like that. So this incident occurred 2 days before I finished my internship. I was working in guest service center. And if we have a guest complaint, the proper protocol is to pass it on to the concerned department. So when we had these complaints from the guests saying they don't have water, they're very angry, we actually passed it on to the front office department in the residential building where I used to work. So they were able to give the guests complimentary dinners or complimentary lunch or spa treatments, depending what type of guest it was. If it was a family, we would normally give them free dinner with kids in our buffet restaurant. If it was a couple, we used to give free spa vouchers, and if it was an individual, we used to give them a free dinner and free lunch. And that 2 days was just horrible because we kept getting complaints, and I actually ended up getting a guest screaming at me over the phone, and I couldn't be rude to them, of course. So I stayed calm throughout the whole situation, and I was able to comfort them, saying that I will make sure that the manager will come and speak to you, which I did. But my last day, I found out that the water shutdown actually lasted 20 hours. So there was a lot of compensations from the residential team. So thank you for listening to my whole internship stories. It was really fun, and thank you so much.